Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the channel. I am Starco Gaming and we are back with another Dragon Champion video. If you are level 15 or below, make sure to use promo code Starco to get a free starter pack. To do so, it is pretty simple guys. You go in the settings, use promo code and you enter the code Starco, S-T-A-R-K-O, you press OK and you will receive your free pack, and hopefully you guys will enjoy the goodies. So guys, today we're going to be talking about the best synergistic pairing in Dragon Champion. What that means is the best synergy duo, if you prefer to call them like that. You know, pair of characters that are so strong together that, you know, turn those characters into very much very important duo. Sorry guys, I was looking at my words here. And like, if you have one of those characters, you kind of want to add the other characters to go with that. So we're going to be talking about 12 duo. Technically you could actually build 12 battleground team around those duo themselves because they are that good. So let's jump into the heroes here guys. And first, before we get started guys, don't forget we stream every Tuesday and Friday night 7 p.m. Pacific time. A lot of gameplay and also track wins giveaway in every stream. And also guys, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and check the bell to get notified when new content is released, which includes a video, post and live stream. So the first duo we're going to be talking about guys is Hera and Salvador. There's a couple things here that is going to be very important. Actually, three things that's very important in this duo. First, the passive ability from Hera. It's not technically a Salvador duo, you know, Salvador synergy, but we still call it one of the best synergy in the game. All allies from Pride gain 20% increased dodge, which is going to be very awesome for the defender. And when the battle starts, all ally Pride defender gain town for 2 turns, which is going to allow you to use the shell ability on your Salvador on his first turn instead of using a town, which is going to be outstanding. And then you have the third skill here. You're going to apply dodge increase on the defender on Salvador, and then everybody else is actually gonna get invisibility except Hera. But Hera, if he did not take damage during the turn, she will still get invincibility too, which is actually pretty outstanding. And pretty much like what we're talking about, you're gonna be able to use a steel shell on the first turn with this synergy with this guy. So you're gonna get debuff immunity, you're gonna get for 2 turns, you're gonna get damage decrease by 90% for 2 turns. This is just outstanding ability guys. I think this is one of the best synergy in the game. By the way guys, those synergy are not ranked from the worst, from the best or the worst or whatever. There's no ranking in this list guys. It's just 12 amazing synergy that we have in the game. This next synergy guys is actually going to be the Garrett and Eric Shellbreaker synergy. Definitely one of the top synergy in the game. There's actually 2 ability from Garrett that brings that makes Eric Shellbreaker better. First, you have the passive ability here. You can see here, if Eric Shellbreaker is in the party, increase the health of Garrett and Eric Shellbreaker by 10% and their speed by 10, which is actually pretty outstanding. And then you have the third skill. Garrett and Eric gain a critical damage increase and critical chance increase for 2 turns. So if you pair the third skill of Garrett followed by the second skill of Eric Shellbreaker, you're gonna get a shit ton of damage on Eric Shellbreaker, which is pretty outstanding. Technically, Eric Shellbreaker does not bring a synergy to Garrett, but that second skill, when you're actually gonna get you know, that critical chance and critical damage increase from Garrett is just going to be doing so much more damage, especially that this attack dealt 30% more damage against shield, so 290% damage to an enemy plus that critical chance, that critical damage, and you add with that a damage increase for 2 turns at the end of using this ability. It is a very outstanding synergy. The next synergy guys is going to be Bordwin and Zappy. This is actually a pretty interesting synergy, probably my second favorite synergy in the game guys, because they support so much each other. Like for example here, the passive ability for Bordwin, increased penetration by 2% for every 1% of its charge. Penetration is probably the ability, the stats that is actually the most underrated in Dragon Champion. This is actually one of the strongest stats in the game, by the way guys. It ignore the armor of the opponent, like 2%, you ignore 2% the armor. So if you have 50 50% chance, 50% charge, you're gonna be ignoring pretty much 100% of the opponent armor, so that gives you a shit ton of extra damage, guys, by doing so. So if his charge is less than 40% at the start of the turn, restore 25% charge. Zappy receive the same buff effect and lose 10% charge. Open taking damage, apply earth. Now we don't actually care about the rest, but it's really that penetration that's getting applied to Zappy. This is just outstanding, and you actually want this guy to be faster than Zappy, so you can actually go first turn, you actually use this ability to get his charge up, and then second turn you're gonna use this ability to apply armor decrease. Here we see armor for every 5% charge consume inflict and armor decrease. So you're gonna apply that armor decrease, then you're gonna jump with the Zappy AoE, which is gonna be doing a shit ton of damage. We'll look at Zappy here. She has a synergy with Bordwin too. For each 1% of her charge, gain 0.5% crit damage increase. If at the end of the turn charge is less than 50%, restore 40% turn meter. Bordwin receive the same effect, which is quite useful. And then when you do have that armor decrease apply on the target with that, you're gonna be able to prolong that armor decrease, and you're gonna be dealing a shit ton of damage with that AoE, and you're gonna be able to inflict daze for 2 turns on all the target, which is actually pretty outstanding. So just that synergy for that AoE damage is just outstanding. You want Bordwin to drop his AoE first, then Zappy to drop her AoE, and then it's gonna get a shit ton of damage there, guys. So this is one of my favorite one. Next we have the synergy of Amara and Tenessa. It's actually an outstanding synergy, mostly for raid. They can solo pretty much every raid phase except phase 2, I believe. So here, see Amara and Tenessa gain 5% their turn meter for each stack of burning or poison on the enemy at the end of the turn, but no more than 75% of turn meter. So up to 75% turn meter they will get. Every time they attack, they gain back 75% turn meter if they have enough stack apply, which is actually pretty crazy. It's, I believe it's 25 stacks of burning and poison together, not 25. 25 by 5 is give a lot more. I think it's 15%, yeah, 15 stacks. So that is all unique, guys, which is actually pretty outstanding. And also you're gonna get more damage from every burn or poisoned stack on the target, which is actually quite interesting. And this is I believe the only synergy they have Amara brings, and then we're gonna have the synergy that Tenessa bring here. If we can actually take a look at that, here we go. Increase magic damage by 15% for each living goblin in a party. If Amara is on the battlefield, she receives the same buff, which is actually pretty outstanding. And I think that this is the only synergy they get together from that point. I'm just making sure here, guys, before we move. Yeah. It is what it is, but that synergy is actually outstanding. The #1 synergy in the game for kill rates without a single doubt. Now the next synergy, guys, is probably the synergy that do the most damage in the game. Is going to be the synergy of Boreas and Keggie. This synergy is outstanding. First here, if Keggie is in the battlefield, both Keggie and Boreas gain armor increase for 2 turns at the start of the battle, which is actually pretty outstanding. And here Boreas gain critical damage increase, a critical chance increase, and damage increase, and ace for 2 turns if Keggie is on the battlefield. He received the same buff and recover 50% turn meter, which is actually pretty outstanding. Also Boreas probably the #1 single target DPS in the game. And then you have Keggie here, which is see here, increase magic damage by 40% if Boreas is in the party. When the battle starts, Keggie and Boreas both gain a dodge increase and tenacity increase, which is pretty awesome. And then I think that is it for the synergy. I think that's enough. That's that already a crazy synergy together, guys. They do so much more damage when you get that third skill from Boreas and then you hit the second skill from Keggie. That does so much damage. One of the strongest AoE ability in the game. The synergy is one of the best damage dealing synergy in the game, by the way, guys. Next you have Lake and Ember. Lake and Ember is also a very outstanding synergy. We don't actually need this one. Okay, so increase density by 25%, 5% for each living pin in the party. If Ember is on the battlefield, she receives the same buff, so it is a lot of tenacity increase for them, which is pretty outstanding. Then you have the third skill here. Lake gain accuracy increase and debuff immunity for 2 turns. Lake recover 30% HP if Ember is on the battlefield. Both gain damage increase for 2 turns, so damage increase buff for both of them, because this ability is actually outstanding, and I do believe this is the only synergy Lakes bring for her. And then you have Ember somewhere on my list here. I'm checking if she actually has a synergy for her. I'm not actually sure. Nope, she does not have one, so it's really Lake bringing all the synergy to Ember, which actually makes her a lot stronger, obviously. Next synergy, guys, we have the Bleed synergy. Very interesting synergy here. Revol and Snorri. This is a very outstanding synergy. I'm not sure they actually have a typical synergy together. It's just a bleeding synergy here. As you know, you're gonna be applying a shit ton of bleed with Snorri, and then here you can see here, if the target is bleeding, recover 75% turn meter, which is actually pretty outstanding. And then you have yeah, that's pretty much it. It's just to do more damage to bleeding target, pretty much, because it don't have a typical synergy, but it is a very good bleeding synergy that they have together, which is awesome, because you can see here Snorri actually apply bleed with his second skill here. See, inflict bleeding in 2 turns on all enemies, which is gonna make Revol so much stronger, and they will both apply so much bleed. Targets will take a shit ton of damage and shit will die pretty fast, which is why they are a very solid synergy together. Next synergy, we have Solice and Nigel. This is actually a pretty interesting synergy. They both have a lead that can be synergistic to each other, but they also can actually do a lot. See, if Nightingale's on the battlefield, she receives all these buff well, which is when the battle starts, all ally human defender receive an armor increase for 3 turns, all ally human healer and tactician receive cheat death for 3 turns, and the all ally human fighter receive potency increase for 3 turns. And Nightingale with Solice will receive all these buff. And also here on the basic ability, call Nightingale to assist if she is on the battlefield every time that this guy actually attack, which is actually pretty outstanding ability. If we actually take a look at Nightingale here, you can see the leadership. If she is the leader, they have a 20% chance for each living major healer in the party to remove 1 buff from the target. So you have 40% just for having her and Solice in the party to actually do that. Critical rate is 2 buff instead of 1. And then I don't think she actually bring another synergy though. I'm just gonna make sure here, guys. Oh wait, yes, there's another one, guys. Nightingale remove 1 debuff from herself, and Solice at the end of her turn remove 1 buff from a random enemy if Solice is in the party. 2 buff remove instead of 1. So this is actually a pretty outstanding synergy. Probably one of the oldest synergy in the game, but it's still one of the best synergy in the game. The next synergy is actually going to be the half-big synergy, guys. We have Barrio and Centurion. Guys, those two have an amazing synergy together here. You can see if Centurion are on the battlefield, both receive Ace and Tenacity increase for 2 turns at the start of the battle, which is actually pretty outstanding here. If Centurion are on the battlefield, restore 35% turn meter to them and themselves. And then I think that is the 2 synergy we have from this guy. And then you have Centurion that will actually bring some stuff too. If Barrio Bar and Rail are on the battlefield, they receive the same buff, which is either gain 40% armor increase or 25 speed. And yeah, there's no more synergy on that ability. And now you have this one here. When you taunt, if Bar and Rail are on the battlefield, both gain critical chance increase for 2 turns, which is actually pretty outstanding. I do believe that is all for the synergy here. Yes, it's still an amazing synergy together. Basically, Barrio will make Centurion more tanky, and Centurion will make Barrel do more damage, which is actually pretty outstanding. The next synergy we're going to talk about, guys, is Shadar and Radash. One of my favorites. Well, I have to say, this is probably my 3rd favorite synergy in the game. My favorite, guys, will be, by the way, Hera, Salvador, then Bordwin, Zappy, and then that'll be Shadar and Radash. We can say that like that, which is actually pretty awesome. I'm not sure that this guy actually bring that Shadow actually bring a synergy. Oh yes, it does when they rework him. Okay, so increase magic damage by 10% for each living demon in the party. If Radash is on the battlefield, he receives the same buff. So 5 pride, 5 living demon, my bad guys, means both get 50% magic damage increase, which is actually pretty outstanding. I believe that. Oh, there's another one here. Sorry guys, I forgot about this one. Deal 460% magic damage to enemies, stun the target for 1 turn, and call Radash to attack if he's on the battlefield, which is actually pretty outstanding. And then if we look at the Radash synergy here for him, you can see here increase lifesteal by 5%, speed by 3 for every slow enemy Shadow is on the battlefield. He received the same buff, which is actually pretty outstanding. If you use Shadow lead, that you can actually take even more advantage of that ability. Here you can see restore 40% of the turn meter to himself and Shadar, which is pretty outstanding. And I do believe this is the last synergy, but this is 2 synergistic ability on both characters, plus a leadership that is really synergistic with both of those characters from Shadar. So it's actually an amazing synergy in the game, guys. The next one is actually going to be the newest synergy in the game, guys. We have Arduck and Saboteur. Arduck does not really bring a synergy for Saboteur, but Saboteur bring a synergy for Arduck. So I'm going to take a look at that really fast here. Well, none of the passive, that's for sure. Let's take a look at the next ability here, and there we go. Here applies to himself and Arduck debuff immunity for 2 turns, which is actually pretty awesome. Not being able to get the buff on Arduck, so you can actually use your second skill and third skill when you actually need it, is actually pretty awesome. And I think this is the only synergy they actually get together, but that synergy is just outstanding together, because that's gonna make Arduck so much stronger. And Arduck, even without Saboteur, is already one of the strongest character in the game. Well, one of the most useful character in the game. So just by pairing him with Saboteur is actually making him even better, which is actually pretty awesome. And the last synergy we're going to be talking about today in this video, guys, is Akira and Venomate. Both are actually another synergy that is not getting used enough in the game. Look, increased damage by 25%, potency by 25%. Well, when invisible, if Venomate is on the battlefield, he received the same buff. So every time you're gonna use that third skill on Akira, both will get 25% damage increase and 25% potency up, which is actually pretty outstanding. Here we go. This third skill apply invincibility to self and all mages for 2 turns, and all defender gain counter attack for 2 turns. If Venomate is on the battlefield, he receives both buffs, so invisibility and counter attack. So it's actually pretty awesome. Plus restore 25% turn meter to all allies except defender. And I think this is the last one from Akira for the synergy. And then if we jump on Venomate has some synergy too. Deal 25 more damage for each stack of poison on enemies. If Akira is on the battlefield, she received the same buff, which is actually pretty outstanding. And then is that's it? No. I knew there was one more here. If Kara is on the battlefield, there is 60% chance she may be called to assist, which is actually a pretty awesome ability here. So a great synergy together. This is actually a very great synergy to exploit with a Slinger lead, because they get so much turn meter and they can actually do a shit ton of damage together. You put Slinger lead with both of them and anything else with a team around 100-120,000 power, and you're going to be able to beat a team 140,000 power, 120 to 140,000 power guys quite easily, and people won't even know what hit them. So it's actually an outstanding synergistic pairing here, guys, definitely. So those are the 12 best pairing in the game, in my personal opinion, guys. If you think I missed any of the pairing and you think we should have more than that, let me know in the comment section, as always, guys. Also, make sure you join the Discord server. You can ask me any question there. The link is in the description down below. And also, we do have Dragons giveaway, weekly Dragons giveaway on the Discord server. So make sure you join us, guys, and come chat with us, and come win some Dragons if you are lucky enough. So today, this was the video. This was just we were talking about, guys. Hopefully, this will help you in building awesome synergistic pairing in the game. And guys, you keep playing, you keep enjoying playing Dragon Champion. I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you.